It's time for World Series rematch. What's up, guys, and welcome to episode number 5 of this MLB The Show 20 Play Now series. And today I'm going to be doing a World Series rematch of my postseason bracket that I just finished, as the Twins and the Braves played each other in the best of 3 World Series. In my MLB The Show 20 post-season bracket, as Game 2 of the World Series, that was Game 1 and Game 2 were separate videos. Game 2, that video went up, I believe it was like 3 videos ago on this channel. That video will be in the Eye in the Sky in the top right corner right up here, and I'll put Game 1 and 2 in the Eye in the Sky in the top right corner. But either way, the Braves swept the Twins in the best of 3. The Braves swept the Twins in the best of 3 World Series. They beat them 5-4 in 12 innings in Minnesota. And then they won Game 1, 5-4 in 12 innings in Minnesota. And then the Braves came back home to Atlanta and beat the Twins 3-2 in 9 innings to win the World Series. And now I'm doing a World Series rematch. And usually when I do a World Series rematch or any kind of rematch, the home team is the team that won the World Series or the team that won that series. In this case, the Braves won the World Series. The only reason I'm having the Twins as the home team is because in this game, the pitchers still bat. If an NL team is the home team, the pitchers still bat, and I can't turn that off and play now. Obviously, in my postseason bracket, I turned off the pitchers bat and put the universal DH on. You can do that in a postseason bracket or in a franchise. You can't do that in a play now game. So the only way to not have the pitchers bat is if an AL team is the home team. So although the Braves won the World Series, the Twins are the home team because I want there to be a DH because I don't want the pitchers batting. And the only way to avoid that, or the only way to prevent that, is to put an American League team as the home team. Therefore, there's a designated hitter. So there's going to be a designated hitter. So that means the pitchers will not be batting because there's a designated hitter. But yeah, that aside, we're going to get into the World Series rematch here right now. It should be the same rosters as the World Series in my postseason bracket. It should be the same rosters. We're not going to play it at Target Field. We're going to play it at the Metrodome, home of the Twins from 1982 to 2009. This stadium is now torn down. This stadium is where U.S. Bank Stadium is now. U.S. Bank Stadium is home of the NFL's Minnesota Vikings. And the Metrodome, the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome, is where U.S. Bank Stadium is now, which is home of the Minnesota Vikings. I hate the Vikings, but the Metrodome used to be where the Metrodome was. Now it's torn down. Is where U.S. Bank Stadium is now. But obviously in real life, the Metrodome is torn down. In this game, the Metrodome is still here. It holds 46,564, opened in 1982. It was home for the Twins. The Metrodome was the home of the Minnesota Twins from 1982 to 2009. I went there once, obviously when I was born in 2006. The last year the Twins played in the Metrodome was 2009. And the Metrodome was also home of the Vikings, by the way. Quick counts will be on. Time of year will be, doesn't matter because we're in a dome, but July, because that's the month in real life, and then time of day will be 7 p.m. Innings 9, quick counts on. But yeah, the Metrodome was home of the Vikings and the Twins. The last year the Twins played in the Metrodome was 2009. And I went there once when I was like 1 year old. I was like a year old when I went to the Metrodome. Obviously, I don't remember going there. There's a picture of my grandma, I think, holding me up against one of the walls in the concourses. My grandma was holding me in her arms up against the wall in the concourse. So that's the only reason I know I was there, because I was only, like I said, like a year old. But yeah, we're gonna Kenta Maeda is only an 81 overall. In my postseason bracket, he was at a 91. But we're gonna pitch Barrios and Matt Fried is only a 76. Okay, we're gonna pitch Jose Barrios and Mike Sorokin, so the 2 aces. Yeah, the lineup is a little different than it was. Yeah, it's a little different than Yeah, the lineup is a little different than it was for both teams. It's a little different. The lineup is a little different for both teams here in this play out game rather than in my MLB The Show 20 postseason bracket. Some of the players are the same, but some of them aren't. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it as it is. So yeah, let's get into the game. World Series rematch, Braves, Twins at the Metrodome. And then Target Field, now the current home of the Minnesota Twins. I've been there 6 or 7 times. But yeah. And then the Vikings played at the Metrodome as well, and they played until 2012, so they played 2 or 3 more years. No, actually, it was only like a year or two. The last year the Vikings played at the Metrodome was like 2011, so they played a couple more years than the Twins did. We are here at the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome for another edition of baseball here on the show. We have a good matchup for you we have a good matchup for you here tonight between the Atlanta Braves and the Minnesota Twins. Major League Baseball on the show comes your way next. Here we go. Jose Barrios is on the mound for Minnesota. 32 starts in 2019, 14-8 record, 3.68 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. Pitched 200 innings, 200 1/3 innings to be exact. As we have Acuna here, batted .280 in 2019. As we're on your way here at the Metrodome. Ground ball, flat down by Arise. Throw to first, got him. What a play by Arise. And that's a good start to the game. And here's the Braves starting lineup. It's Acuna, Albies, Freeman, Ozuna, Darnell, Adam Duvall, the DH, Inciarte, Johan Camargo, and then Swanson. So here's Albies, batted .295 in 2019. Line drive, and it's caught by Polanco behind second base, 2 down, as the shift is still legal here in MLB The Show 20. And here's Freddie Freeman, batted .295 in 2019, had 38 home runs, I believe it said. 1-1, little tapper, Barrios, 1-2-3 to the Braves. Twins come in the bat, no score here at the Metrodome. As both aces are on the mound, here's the Braves ace, and it's Mike Sorokin, 13-4 record in 2019 and 29 starts, 2.68 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, pitched 174 2/3 innings. And here's Kepler. And a line drive base hit into the gap. Can it be cut off? It can't be. Goes all the way to the wall, and that will be a double for Kepler. And also remember, like I said, this is a World Series rematch from my postseason bracket that I just finished a few days ago. This is also a 1991 World Series rematch, and obviously in 1991, these two teams played each other in the World Series, and they played each other in this stadium. And the Twins won the 1991 World Series in 7 games. They won Game 7 1-0 in 10 innings, and they walked off to win the World Series in the bottom of the 10th inning in 1991 in this stadium. So that's also why I'm playing here at the Metrodome instead of Target Field or in Atlanta. Here we go, 1-1 to Polanco. Ground ball, almost hit Kepler going back to second. Throw to first is high, and out of play. As the runner will score, as they're going to say the runner will score, and the Twins strike first. As, I don't know why the runner gets the score, because it should be only 1 base, and the runner at second wasn't going to third, but for some reason, the runner at second gets home plate, so he gets 2 bases. It must be a glitch, because a throw from the infield that goes out of play, each runner gets 1 base. So it should be first and third, or it should be second and third, nobody out, but instead there's only a runner at second base, and the run did score. If the runner was going to third, then he would get home, but he wasn't going to third. But either way, the runner at second, Kepler scores, Polanco at second base, 1-0 Twins, runner at second, nobody out for Cruz. Little tapper, runner will advance, throw to first is in time, runner at third and 1 out now. That's an E6, by the way, on Swanson. And here's the Twins starting lineup. It's Kepler, Polanco, Cruz, the DH, Josh Donaldson, Rosario, I love Rosario, Garver, Sano, Arise, I love Arise as well, and then Buxton. And now here's JD. And The corners are in, so if it gets to the corners, they'll try to cut the runner down at the plate. If he's running home, if he goes in the middle infield, they'll trade a run for an out. 2-2 count to JD. Ground ball, and it's to Swanson. Will he throw this one away? No. It's a 6-3 RBI ground out for Josh Donaldson, and the Twins have a 2-0 lead. As it's only the first inning, so that's why they only brought the corners in and not everybody in. And now here's Rosario, no runners on 2 outs, 2-0 Twins. And they only have 1 hit in this inning. Line drive, almost at the base, good play by Swanson, as he did not throw that one away, but he threw the first one away, and that cost his team a run. Twins did 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and no runners on base. End to 1, 2-0 Twins here at the Metrodome. Here we go, top 2. Braves down 2-0, but still 8 innings to go here at the Metrodome. Ground ball to Luis. Throw to Sano. 1 down here in the second. And here's the Twins defense. Rosario, Buxton, and Kepler in the outfield. Sano, Arise, Polanco, and Donaldson in the infield. And Garver behind the plate. And now here is Travis d'Arnaud. Ground ball. And 2-4-3 ground outs, 2 down. And there's Adam Duvall. DH. Ground ball, perfect base hit for the designated hitter, Adam Duvall. Thrown to first by Kepler, not in time, as Duvall was able to beat that out. Almost had a 9-3 put out there. Now it's a 1-2 count to Ender Inciarte. I believe he's playing left field. Ground ball, Barrios off his glove, and it goes towards home plate. Everybody is safe. 2 on, 2 out now for Atlanta. Both with 2 outs. Now here's Yohan Camargo, I believe the third baseman. 2 on, 2 out. Popped up. Fly ball, left center Rosario. And the Braves strand 2 runners. Middle of 2, it remains 2-0 Twins here at the Metrodome. Here we go. Twins got 2 runs in the first inning, only on 1 hit. That was Kepler's double. And then obviously he scored on that error. And then he got over to third base on a ground out. Then he scored on a ground out. Now there's Garver. Ground ball. Shift was on, but Freddie Freeman, the only guy on the right side of the infield, throws it. And now here's the Braves defense. Ozuna's in left. Inciarte's in center. Acuna's in right. And then in the infield, Freeman, Albies, Swanson, and Camargo. Behind the plate is d'Arnaud. So that was a 3-1 put out there. Good play by Freddie Freeman to throw it to Sorokin. Here's Sano. Had 34 home runs in 2019. That's a ground ball, fair. Will it be able to get cut off? No. And it's fielded by Inciarte, but by the time they did it in, it's a double. Second double for the Twins in 2 innings. It was Kepler, now Sano. And runner at second, 1 out for Luis Arise. As they're hitting the Braves ace. Line drive. That's Ozuna. 2 down. Throw behind the runner, not in time. 2 down. And now here's Byron Buxton, top of the order to follow if Buxton gets on. 1-1. And that is in there, 1-2. One, 2, and that is low, 2-2. And here's the umpires assigned for tonight's game. Behind the play is Ed Drunham. So it looks like Ed Drunham, the home plate umpire, is a consistent umpire, straight down the road, and that's all you want. That's what players and coaches want. They just want a consistent umpire. They just want a consistent umpire. That's what coaches and players want, just a consistent umpire. 2-2 count to Buxton. Ground ball. Albies has got to hurry, and he threw out the 97 speed Buxton. End of 2. It remains 2-0 Twins here in Minneapolis. Here we go. Top 3. Vinny J behind the camera here in the man cave, aka Studio 42. Here's Swanson, who that error drove in the first run for the Twins. His error was the reason why the Twins scored that first run, as he threw it over the head of Freddie Freeman and into the Braves dugout. 1-2. Ground ball as he made it up a little bit there with a single. Leadoff single for Dansby Swanson, the first overall pick, I believe in the 2015 draft by the Braves. And now here's Acuna, top of the order. And runner goes. And it's a hit and run. It's hit well. Can Kepler catch it? And he dives. It's off the wall. And now it's by the fence. The runner will score. Throw to third is not in time. An RBI triple for Acuna as it goes off the baddie. And for it to be a home run, you have to get it over the baddie as it hit the baddie. But the reason the baddie's there is because too many people are hitting a home run, so you have to get it over those signs. As Kepler dove, hit the baddie, then it hit him. I didn't know that it hit him. And then was just sitting there on the warning track. Buxton threw it in, but it was too late. As the runner scored easily because he was in motion. RBI triple for Acuna. And it's 2-1, and now the infield's back as they'll concede an out for a run. Foul ball 1-2, but it's 2-1 and the tying run's 90 feet away. A no-out RBI triple for Acuna. Swing and a miss, one down. Two-seamer by Barrios. And you might maybe see the infield now come in, maybe. And the infield is in now with one out. Ground ball base hit, Ty Dame. As he hit the slurve right up the middle, and we're tied at 2 apiece. RBI triple by Acuna, now an RBI single by Freddie Freeman. 2-2, just like that. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Swing and a miss on the slurve, down and out. Down and outside, second strikeout of the game and second of the inning for Barrios. 2 down now for Darno. Ground ball, and force at second base and an over. But the Braves tie the game thanks to an RBI triple by Acuna and an RBI single by Freeman. Middle of 3, excuse me. It's now a 2-2 game. Here we go, just like that, it's tied thanks to a Acuna triple, RBI triple, and a Freddie Freeman RBI single. Here's Kepler. Double and scored in his first at-bat. Doubled and then scored on the Swanson error. 1-2. Ground ball over Sorokin. Shift was on Swanson. And this one doesn't throw away. One down. Now Polanco reached on that error for Sorokin in the first. And then I believe he scored. Ground ball base hit for Polanco. 1-on-1 out now for Minnesota. And I'll be back in a second. I have to do something, so I'll be back. 1-on-1 out for the Twins. Bottom 3. 2-2 game. Cruz is at the plate. You didn't miss anything. 1-on-1 out for Cruz. Bottom 3. 1-1 count, 1 out, 1-1 count, 1-on-1 out. 2-2 game for wrong controller, excuse me. For Cruz, who had 41 home runs in 2019 for Minnesota. Foul ball. And he had 41 in 2019, including his 400th career home run as well. So his 400th career home run was one of those 41 home runs. 1-2. And it's a line drive, almost hit Sorokin's head off. Stopping at second is Polanco. He would have been safe at third, but obviously that was hindsight 2020. 2-on-1 out for the Twins. Now here's Josh Donaldson. And they're going to send out the pitching coach. And Darnell will also go out there along with the middle infielders, Albies and Swanson. He's throwing 36 pitches only, but just to settle him down a little bit. 1-1 for Josh Donaldson. Foul ball on the changeup. Donaldson's definitely a candidate for a double play. He has like 10 speed. Line drive, but it is right at Inciarte. No tag up. 2 down. Now it's Eddie Rosario, who won the World Series in 2021 with the Braves. And now he's on... I actually don't know what team he's on now. He might still be on the Braves. I'm not sure. 2-1. Ground ball off the glove of Sorokin. But a good recovery and a good throw in and over. And the 2-2 game here at the Metrodome. Here we go. Here's Adam Duvall. DH. No, I don't think so. And also, Adam Duvall in Game 2 of the World Series in my postseason bracket, Duvall came in as a pinch runner for Darno, and Duvall ended up scoring the World Series winning run as the Braves won that World Series a few days ago. Ground ball, a rise. It's out of hurry, but he got him by 2 steps, 2 down, or 1 down, excuse me. And here's our top pitch speed comparison. 94 miles per hour for Barrios, 93 for Sorokin. So both of them are pitching mid-90s. Well, mid to low 90s. 2-1 to Inciarte. Ground ball to Polanco. Throw to first, and there's 2 down. Twins got the first 2 runs, the Braves got the last 2 in the last inning. And here's Johan Camargo. Ground ball right to Josh Donaldson. 1-2-3 to the Braves. Middle of 4, 2-2 game. And there's the Twins' 2 World Series banners. They won in '87 against the Cardinals, and then they won in '91 against the Braves in walk-off fashion in Game 7. As they won Game 7 1-0 in 10 innings. 2-1 to Garver. Line drive, and that will fall in front of Acuna. And it was a walk-off single to left field that won the World Series in '91 for the Twins. And then in '87, when they beat the Cardinals, they won it here at the Metrodome. It just wasn't in walk-off fashion. And in the World Series in '91, between the Braves and the Twins, the home team won every game. 1-1 day in the 1-1 count to Sano. That's a blast. We'll lift it out of here. Back and gone. Miguel Sano over the baddie, and the Twins retake the lead. As it was a question or not if it was going to hit the top of the baddie or go over it, but it went over it, and the Twins are up by 2 again. 383 feet, 101 off the bat, 4-2 Minnesota. Garver scores, along with Sano, of course, 4-2. Sorokin could not sneak the fastball past Sano. He took it the other way, and we'll see where that has actually hit. Yeah, it hit. Oh yeah, it hit the football seats just above the baddie, and that's what those are. Those are football seats when the Vikings played here at the Metrodome, and that was the wrong controller, so it hit those football seats right above the baddie. 4-2. Here's a rise. Ground ball to the other second baseman. And there is 1 down. Did recovery by Sorokin. 1 down. Now it's Buxton, top of the order to follow, and Kepler. Foul ball. 1-2. Little tapper back to Sorokin. Plenty of time even though Buxton's fast. 2 down. 2 down now for Kepler, who's 1 for 2 with a double and scored on the error by Swanson in the first. Line drive, shift was on. That's going to be at least another double. It could be 3, as it will go all the way to the wall by the 343 sign, and that will be the second double of the game for Kepler. 2-out double, and here's Polanco singled. 1 for 2 with a single, and then scored on that error. Or reached on an error in the first, scored in the first, and then singled in the And then single in the third. Here we go. Full count now, 2 outs. Polanco's up. Full count. Line drive, but right to Swanson. But the Twins get 2 runs thanks to a 2-run home run by their first baseman, Miguel Sano. And the 4, it's now 4-2 Twins here at the Metrodome. Here we go, top 5, but the Braves were down 2-0, but then tied it in 1 inning. Tied it in the third, and a line drive past the diving Sano. So the Braves tied it in the third with 2 runs, and now they're down by 2 in the 5th again. So good job, and now here's Acuna who tripled and scored in the third, and now the runner's in motion. Another hit and run. this one, and they won't get the out at second, but they got the out at first. So that was a gamble, because you could have got no outs there, but hit and run, runner was safe at second, barely, and then Acuña still out at first. So it's going to be technically a 6-5-3 put out. Runner at second, one out now for Albies, who drove in Acuña. Excuse me, that was Freddie Freeman, wasn't it? Albies, but runner at second, one out for Albies. Ground ball, runner will advance. 2 outs, Sano will throw home just to make sure that the runner's not sneakily going home. Runner at third and 2 outs now for Freddie Freeman, who drove in Acuña in the third. Now it's obviously Swanson at third. That's a big run at third. 2 outs, runner at third, ground ball, Polanco. And good pitch by Sano to save a run. Halfway home here at the Metrodome. Twins 4, Braves 2. And now here's Nelson Cruz, the veteran designated hitter, which I think he's retired now, maybe. 1-2. Line drive, base hit for Cruz. Leadoff single for the Twins DH. Now here's Josh Donaldson 0-for-2 with a line out and a ground out. Swing and a miss, 1-2. I believe he also has an RBI. Oh yeah, 0-for-2 with a ground out, RBI ground out, and then a line out to center field. 1-2 to JD. Line drive, base hit! And Cruz only has 15 speed. Donaldson has 29, so they'll stay put. First and second, nobody out for, I believe it's Rosario. And it is. And now he's in a square. 1-1 count. Good bunt. And throw to first, and it's in time. That was a tough play, though. That'll be a sacrifice 1-3, I believe, in the scorebook. Yes, it is. Runner at second and third, 1 out for Garver. And they're starting the warm-up. Luke Jackson, a righty, in the Braves bullpen down the right field line. It is. And now the infield is going to be halfway, but they're already down by 2 in the 5th, so they want to try to get the runner at the plate. 1-1. Fly ball on the line. It's Acuña. He has a heck of an arm, and he makes the catch. Here comes Cruz. Here he comes. Throws up the line, and Cruz is safe as he got around the tag. As it was throwing up the line, and then it was caught by d'Arnaud, and then he turned around to try to tag Cruz, but Cruz was able to avoid the tag and stay in the baseline. And both runners tagged up. 5-2, runner at third and 2 outs for Sano. And they're going to want Sano because they don't want to pitch to him. First and third, 2 outs now for Arise. They got the treatment there. But yeah, Cruz only had 15 speed. If that was an online throw, he would have been out. But even though it wasn't, I'm surprised d'Arnaud did not tag Cruz. He must have just missed him. 1-1. Ground ball back to Sorokin. But the Twins did another run on a sac fly by the Twins. I don't remember who it was, though. End of 5. It's now 5-2 Twins. It was a sac fly by Garver. Here we go. Top 6. Braves need some runs here. Still have 4 innings to work with, but you don't want to try to score a lot in the 8th or 9th. You want to chip away while you can. 1 down, though, on a ground out by Ozuna. And now it's d'Arnaud. No action in the Twins bullpen, but there's that righty warming up in the Braves bullpen. Ground ball, carbon copy almost. Just Arise had to charge this one. 2 down quickly in the sets. 59 pitches thrown for Barrios so far through almost 6 innings. Now Duvall. Braves have 6 hits. I can see it on the scoreboard. Up against, on the back wall, like by the American flag in deep left field. Like that's unhittable, at least in an actual game. Maybe in a home run derby, but that's still probably 500 feet. 3-2, ground ball, base hit for Duvall. Second hit for Adam Duvall. And the inning continues. And it's Inciarte. There goes Duvall, and it's a hit and run, but it's hit right to Polanco. No tag at second, and then a good pitch by Sano. The end of the inning. Middle of 6. 5-2, Minnesota. Here we go. Here's Byron Buxton. They're going to leave Sorokin in. Top of the order to follow, so this might be Sorokin's last batter. Ground ball, fair. 1 down. Now Kepler's up, who already has 2 doubles. 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and a run scored. Well, 2 runs scored. No. Yeah, I think only 1 run scored. But here comes Jackson. Lute Jackson. And Sorokin leaves the game 5 1/3, 5 runs. All of them might not be earned because of that error, but either way, he's in line for the loss. Here's Ozuna, 2 down. So either way, the starter, Sorokin, went 5 1/3, and he's in line for the loss, unless his team can do something in the last 3 innings. Here's Polanco singled, 1 for 3 with a single, and then scored, obviously, back in the first on that error. Or reached on an error in the first and then scored in the first. Throw to first and over. And the 6th. 5-2 Twins. Here we go. Yohan Camargo, 8-9-1 due up for Atlanta. Top 7. They need some runs here. Line dry, but right to Eddie Rosario. Moved maybe 2 feet, 1 down. Here's Swanson, 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run scored on. He scored on Acuna's triple. Line drive coming in is Kepler. I was thinking about, I almost dove there, but not worth it. 3 for 3 with 3 singles for Swanson. Now there's Acuna. And they're starting to warm up Trevor May, one of their setup men in the Twins bullpen. Runner goes, and a ground ball, and safe at second, and safe at first. So they're trying to go to second again. This time, he's safe like he was last time, but the difference this time is that the batter, Acuna, is safe at first as well. And they're gonna bring it. The pitching coach will come out to the mound. That's Johnson, along with Garver. There's a time runs at the plate, and that's Albies.
Mariners acquire a Rosarena from Braves.
Wait, 1-1. Runner goes, and it's a ground ball, stopped by Polanco. And the bases are now loaded as he beats it out. As it was a hit and run, a double steal hit and run. And the bases are loaded for Freddie Freeman. All-star first baseman, but he definitely is slow, so you definitely need to double him up. Full count, too. Nowhere to put him. And a ground ball right down the rise. Got him at second, and got him at first. Good pick by Sano to save a run. And the Braves do not score. 7th inning stretch time here at the Metrodome. 5-2 Twins. As Freddie Freeman, I mean, he hit it well. He hit it hard, but right to rise. Sits 4-3. 6 3 double play. Here's Cruz, 2 for 3. Full count to Nelson. Ground ball, charge in his Albies. Throw to first, got him. And Cruz also scored on that sac fly. And then with the 5th. And now here's Josh Donaldson, 1 for 3 with a single, and I believe he had an RBI ground out earlier. Ground ball, just foul. The Twins scored 2 in the first, 2 in the 4th, and then 1 in the 5th. And the Braves scored their only 2 runs in the 3rd. Ground ball, Freddie Freeman takes it himself, 2 down. Now there's Eddie Rosario, 0 for 2 with the sac bunt, which doesn't count as an at-bat. Ground ball, and that's a base hit past Swanson and Camargo, as Camargo couldn't haul it in on the dive, and then Swanson wasn't close enough to dive. 2-out single for Eddie. Now here's Garver, sat fine and RBI in his last at-bat. Ground ball, in and over. We headed the 8th. 5-2 Twins. Here we go, Ozuna, and you have 4, 5, 6 due up for the Braves, and here comes, hold on, starting to warm up their closer Taylor Rogers as well. Here comes Trevor May. As Barrio sees Baldelli come out of the third base dugout, the Twins The home team's in the third base dugout at the Metrodome. So here comes Baldelli from the third base dugout, and he'll call for the righty from the left field bullpen. The left field bullpen down the left field line in foul territory, that is. And he'll salute the fans as they'll give him a. He'll salute the fans, thanking them for a standing ovation. Here comes Trevor May, trying to get 3 outs here. Foul ball. Three-two. Ground ball, Arise. Good play, and there's one down. And here's our starting comparison. 5 1/3 for Sorokin, 7 for Barrios. Barrios is in line for the win. Sorokin's in line for the loss, unless the Braves can come back to at least tie it. Ground ball, Sano past him. And Darno gets on. Time runs on, going to be on deck. 1 on 1 out now for Atlanta. And it's Duvall. Runner goes. Foul ball. Trying to get some hit and run action going on. Here we go. And another foul ball. Both teams have 10 hits, but the Twins are up by 3. And it's a fly ball. That was 3 straight hit and runs, 2 foul balls, and then now a fly out. 2 down now for Atlanta. Now it's Inciarte, singled back in the second. Line drive, Polanco's got it. Middle of 8. It remains 5-2 Twins. Here we go, bottom 8. Twins looking for some insurance. Here's Mr. Sano, 2 for 2 with a double, a 2-run home run, and then it was intentionally walked in his last at bat or plate appearance. Ground ball, and Sano's 3 for 3. As he's a triple away from the cycle, but he probably won't get up again unless they bat around here in the 8th or we go to extras. Here we go. No action in the Braves bullpen. Fly ball, it's a long way for Ozuna, but he's got that with ease. On the run though, and then throws it in like a slower than molasses. 1 down. Now here's Buxton, top of the order to follow, unless the inning ends here. Fly ball, and Buxton's now 0 for 4. Here comes Kepler with 2 outs. Two for 4 with 2 doubles and a run scored. Full count. Ground ball, Swanson. And the inning is over. Good pick by Freddie Freeman. Braves need 3 to tie, 4 to take the lead in the 9th. We headed the 9th, 5-2 Twins. 8-9-1 due up for the Braves. And they're going to bring in, the Twins are, their closer, the lefty, Taylor Rogers. 30 for 36 on saves in 2019. This is a switch hitter, Camargo, so he'll just flip around. Sinker, slider, curveball for Rogers. Here we go. 3 outs for the win. Twins are up by 3. Ground ball. That should be 1. And it is. 1 down. And here's Swanson, 3 for 3 with 3 singles, and then it's Acuna. But obviously need 2 base runners to bring the time run to the plate. Foul ball. Ground ball. 2 groundouts to Arise. 2 down now, and Acuna is the last hope for Atlanta. 1 for 4 with a triple, an RBI, and a run scored. Down to the final strike. Fans on their feet. Foul ball. Here we go. Fans come to their feet again. Braves down to their final strike. Ground ball up the middle, and this game's not over yet as Acuna gets on. And now here comes Albies, and then Freeman will be the tying run if Albies gets on. As they were on their final strike, but they didn't go down without a fight here. Now the runner goes 3-1, and that is low, ball 4. So no chance obviously they did him at second. 2 on, 2 out now as he missed with the curveball. Now it's Freddie Freeman, full count, 2 outs. Runners will be in motion. Here we go. You don't want to walk him. Here we go. Full count. Runners go. And ground ball almost hit the runner going to third. Throw to first is in time. Good pick by Sano. And the Twins win. 5-2. As the Braves had the time run at the plate, and that was Freddie Freeman, but he drowns out to end the game. Final score 5-2 Twins. As there's Polanco in a rise behind second base. As Rogers gave up a hit and a walk, but he got the save. Barrios got the win, Sorokin got the loss. Taylor Rogers gets the save here tonight. 5-2 the final from the Metrodome. So long from the Metrodome. Twins win 5-2. As the Braves won the World Series in my postseason bracket, but here in the rematch, the Twins won the rematch. As Barrios went 7 innings, 9 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. Rogers got the save. 1 hit, 1 walk, but got the save. Sorokin 5 1/3, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk. I don't know if all 5 were earned because of that error, but either way, he got the loss. Sano went 3 for 3 with a homer, a double, a single, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Kepler had 2 doubles and a run scored. Cruz had 2 singles and scored on that sac fly, barely. Garver had a single and then that sac fly and an RBI. Cunha had a triple and then a single, obviously, in the 9th. Drove in Swanson with that RBI triple in the 3rd. Scored on Freddie Freeman's RBI single to tie the game at 2. And Freddie Freeman obviously had that RBI single. Duvall had 2 singles. Swanson had 3 singles and then scored on Acuna's triple. RBI triple. Sano is a player of the game, though, of course. 3 for 3 with a homer, a double, a single, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Had a 2-run home run, and then a single and a double, and ended up a triple away from the cycle. And then obviously he did have 4 plate appearances, 3 at bats, had 3 hits, and then was intentionally walked. So in the 5th. So yeah. Good game, great game. 1 double play for the Braves. That was Freddie Freeman when they had the bases loaded and 1 out. They only had 2 pitchers, Sorokin 5 1/3, and Luke Jackson pitched 2 2/3, only 2 hits. And then on the other side, Kepler had 2 doubles, Sano had a double, Sano had a home run, Donaldson had an RBI, Garver did 2, Sano had 2, Garver had 1, Donaldson had 1, and then that only ends up making 4. But obviously, the Twins scored their first run on that error, and it was a throw-in error that ended up going into the dugout, and then the runner ended up getting home plate, so you don't get an RBI on that. Garver had a sac fly, Rosario had a sac bunt. Barrios got the win, 7 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. May came in, pitched the inning, got the hold, only gave up 1 hit, and then Rogers got the save, 1 hit, 1 walk in an inning, but got the save. And then Sorokin, only out of those 5 runs he gave up, only 3 were earned. So the 2 in those 2 runs in the first inning Sorokin gave up weren't earned because of that error by Swanson. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Twins, although they lost the World Series, they won the rematch 5-2 here at the Metrodome. As the Twins did win the World Series in 2 of my postseason brackets here in MLB The Show 20. They beat the Cubs in a 1-game World Series, and then they beat the Braves in a best-of-5 World Series in 5 games. But then, of course, those were postseason brackets from 2020. And then, obviously, the one I just finished a few days ago, it was Twins and Braves in a best-of-3 World Series, and the Braves, swept the Twins in that best-of-3 World Series. So they got their revenge for losing the World Series in a previous postseason bracket. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's MLB The Show 20 video here on this channel will be a Play Now All-Star game between the NL and the AL at the Polo Grounds, because the Polo Grounds have some weird dimensions. So you might see some inside the park home runs and/or some like 300-foot home runs, or you'll either see most likely an inside the park home run, or home runs. You might see multiple. And or you might see one or multiple 300-foot home runs that go out of the park, because it's like 290 down each line, and then it's like 450 down to left center field and right center field, and then 290 down the lines, and then 500 feet to dead center at the Polo Grounds. But yeah, that's why I'm going to play an all-star game there. So that'll be the next MLB The Show 20 video here on this channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video as the Twins beat the Braves 5-2 here at the Metrodome. If you got subscribe with the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what, I'm going to see you in episode number 6 of this MLB The Show 20 Play Now series. See you in episode number 6. And eat a lot of bacon. And go Twins, and I'll see you in my next video. See you then.